Thank you so much, Eric. Coach, as good as the Heat was in the first quarter, you guys were just as good in the second. How do you describe what you saw out of your guys during those 12 minutes?
Yeah, I love what I saw out of that group. Obviously gave up 52 points in the first quarter, the barrage of threes. I thought there were some good defensive possessions, some possessions offensively where we got some good looks, and they just really had it cooking. But I think that our group, it just showed the fight that we have, the consistent competitors that we have, focus on just kind of controlling what we can control. And I thought that they kind of stuck with the game plan in the second quarter, third quarter, tied it up in that third quarter with about 5 or 6 minutes to go, and then maybe ran out of a little bit of gas or weren't able to kind of convert or come up with enough stops and enough buckets on the other end. But I love the competitive spirit of the group.
What do you hope they take from tonight?
Yeah, great learning experience on the road versus a really good team. But I hope that they take that even as a team kind of goes on a run, not to overreact because it's a long game. As good as we are, as great as we can be defensively and as great as we can be offensively, we can get ourselves back into any game. And so if we start a little bit better, we don't dig yourself that hole. Otherwise, I love the competitive spirit of the group.
That leads me to my next question. So as good as Khan was offensively, right? He had 30 points. He had that dunk. He had the block on Ware. His ability to move past moments and just stay very calm. How much do you feel that throughout the entire team?
Yeah, I feel it throughout the team, and he's one of the main guys that I think that just he's not rattled by any situation, no moment. I think our whole group kind of rallies around that type of energy and that type of spirit. So it's good to see him want the ball in big moments, and he just comes up with big plays. I think defensively and offensively. So I love what he's kind of giving our group, and the fact that he has kind of just like that spirit. It really helps our group, and so I'm proud he had a good offensive production, but I'm also really happy with some of the defensive things he did too.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Eric, back to you.
Phenomenon of Ryan, he missed 2 shots tonight, which is incredibly rare for him, obviously. What has this been like, just to watch him start this way?
Yeah, it's been fun to watch him, and I think we knew what we were going to get when we drafted Ryan, but he continues to impress defensively, contesting at the rim, helping us dominate the paint or protect the paint, and then offensively, his screening assist, his ability to offensive rebound and keep possessions alive or get us other possessions, and then his ability to also finish above the rim on some of these lobs. So just a dual threat. I love his basketball IQ to understand where do I need to be in the dunker to be able to receive passes from guys, and so our players feel really confidently throwing him the ball because they love his hands.
You said you knew what you had. Did you seriously know he was this
No,
this
we
good of a
seriously know.
finisher?
Credit to our front office and Jeff and Dotun and those guys for what they see, and then what we saw during Summer League and every day he's kind of been in the building. He's got a great way about him. His process is on point, and he's worried about trying to impact the game as best as he possibly can.
Coach, we talked before about their driving and how that hurt you last time. Then they go 8 for 11 from 3 in the first. You got 53 points. Take me through some of those conversations, late first, early second. Are you talking about changing the game plan a little bit? Are you talking about, hey, just stick with it, and it's going to turn for us even though we just gave up 53? What was that?
Yeah, I would say it's 2 things. It's trying to not overreact because definitely some of the shots that they hit were tough contested 2s or contested 3s, and the second part is how do you just find the right matchups, because like you said, they're not really always running plays. It's just like transition, and can you absorb, can your first point of contact when you're guarding the ball be somewhere before the paint? If you're allowing Jaquez and Powell and all these guys to get themselves into the paint and that's your first point of contact, you're digging yourself a hole. So I thought that we did a better job of having more physicality earlier on the ball to not allow them to get deep penetration.
Thanks.